Dear viewers, welcome to this YouTube channel. In this chapter, there will be an explanation of Tanu-Lak as follows. Tanu-Lak. Tanu-Lak, or Tanu-Lagna, is a Lord, domicile planet, of the house that ascendant places on, or the Lord of Tanu house, or we should call it shortly as inner house planet or inner planet. For example, for Leo Ascendant, Tanu-Lak or inner house planet is Sun, 1. For Libra Ascendant, Tanu-Lak or inner house is Venus, 6, etc. Tanu-Lak or inner house planet is important because it is his real inner characteristics. It could be called a true character. Even though it sits on any negative house such as Ari, Mahana, Venashana, it does not change the dignity of her true character. But it could change her outward response depending on houses and influencing planets. Anyway, her true self still exists. Tanu-Lak or Lord of Tanu house has the ability of affecting horoscope results as follows. 1. Which planet is Tanu-Lak? The true character will be as that planet. Which planet is Tanu-Lak? His true character will have the same characteristics as that planet's meaning. If that planet places on the sign that is related to an ascendant, that true self will show out very obviously. But if it does not relate to an ascendant, it would be somewhat hidden. For example, if Tanu-Lak or inner planet is Sun, 1, anyway he will be a proud, dignified person, never let himself being embarrassed. Planet's dignity, whether good or bad, or being in any house, will not affect his true self. It is hidden if it does not relate to an ascendant. If Tanu-Lak or inner planet is Moon, 2, he will be sweet, soft-manner person whether the planet is good or bad or sit in any house. It is hidden if it does not relate to an ascendant. If Tanu-Lak or inner planet is Mars, 3, apart from diligent, he will be a strong-willed person and not to believe anything easily. Sometimes, he is persistent and makes an argument for finding a good reason to make his belief. It is hidden if it does not relate to an ascendant. If Tanu-Lak or inner planet is Mercury, 4, he is an elaborated person. He likes a text work or an informative job. His thinking is very profound. It is hidden if it does not relate to an ascendant. If Tanu-Lak or inner planet is Jupiter, 5, he will be a moral, compassionate, soft-hearted and optimistic person. But if his Rahu, 8, is very strong, it might overwhelm or dominate Jupiter, 5, to be less effective. It is hidden if it does not relate to an ascendant. If Tanu-Lak or inner planet is Venus, 6, that one would be an imaginative person or entertainment lover. He will be artistic, very sensitive. It is hidden if it does not relate to an ascendant. If Tanu-Lak or inner planet is Saturn, 7, that person is thoughtful, careful, slow, and firm and could well endure any hardship. It is hidden if it does not relate to an ascendant. If Tanu-Lak or inner planet is Rahu, 8, he will secretly be persistent. He will not argue but could be deeply fascinated by something he likes. It is hidden if it does not relate to an ascendant. ***, there is an example of a man with Virgo ascendant. His Tanu-Lak or inner house planet is Mercury, 4. This planet's dignity is pre-exalted, Mahachakra and Raja Yoga in Venashana house, Leo. This one is rather a quiet person, does not like to study texts or work with books. But when he speaks, he does it well. If he pays attention, he could study well and graduate earlier. When he is interested in something, he seriously researches a lot of information and becomes very knowledgeable on that matter. Normally, he does not like a lot of information and is a very solitary man, as the meaning of Venusana house. Another example is a Capricorn person without any conjunction planets with the ascendant. His Tanu-Lak or inner planet is Saturn, 7, as a detriment dignity in Mahana house in Leo. In this case, it is his true character to be very thoughtful. He said that even in his dream, he was thinking a lot. But his overthinking manner would not be shown to other people because the planet does not relate to his ascendant. If any Leo Ascendant person has a detriment Saturn in Venusana in Cancer, he will not be thoughtful. He would be hasty because it is not his true character. Tanu-Lak will have more details than Tanu said, which is only an overall habit. 2. Which house Tanu-Lak is staying, the one's life would involve or emphasize on that particular house. This will be another property of Tanu-Lak to be considered as follows. Tanu-Lak or inner house planet stays as a domicile with its own ascendant, he will consider himself the most important one. He will prioritize his own self over any other matters. Tanu-Lak or inner house planet sits on Kadampa, he will be busy with making money for his fortune. If it exists on Sahaja, he will be busy with his friends, and having friends is the most important issue. Placing on Bandhu, he will always involve with business of kinsmen, family or relatives. If it goes to Putta, the native will always entail with his followers, subordinates, children or new things. For a placement on Ari, he would to get himself into a difficulty, the dispute. He will volunteer to work for somebody else, getting himself into a trouble. For staying in Patni house, he will involve with the business of his spouse, partner, business partner or the opposite sex. He will prioritize a spouse relationship over other issues. Also, the planet will always be a detriment, that means he will be inferior or a burden to his spouse or his business partner too. Being at Mahana house, it would be concerned with death or loss, such as insurance, liability estimation, heritage, etc. In the other hand, it means that a part of his horoscope will be on Mahana house. That causes vulnerability, as we call it a fragile horoscope. Because if strong dignity planet falls into Mahana house, bad events might easily occur. It will be like a hard but fragile horoscope. Staying at Sabah house, he loves living in peace, in simple happiness or involved with a long journey. Staying at Karma house, he will be busy with working. If it is Mars, 3, he could be a workaholic. Karma house is always not related to ascendant, so normally he is not a diligent person. But if he starts working, he will be very diligent. Going to Labha house, his life would have an easy gain or getting a profit without proper investment. If Jupiter's 5, dignity is bad or it is not related to an ascendant or it is not Tanu said, he might be a bit greedy for a small profit. Sitting at Venusana house, he would like to be alone, be solitary. When he is doing, he might quit it abruptly. Fragile horoscope is not too scary. There is a case that a Capricorn person without any conjunction planet, his Tanu-Lak is a detriment Saturn, 7, in Mahana house. His life was normal, he likes to play sports. All of a sudden, he had a heart problem and emergency surgery when he was 60 years old. He finally survived. But if his Tanu-Lak is Mars, 3, which is also a health planet, and if there is Uranus, 0, related to this planet, it will be more worrisome, since it will cause a lifetime health problem and it could become serious at any time. 3. If Tanu-Lak is conjoined in the same zodiac sign with any planet, it will receive that planet's dignity or involve with that planet. It will be affected no matter how many planets they are or which house they stay or whether they are hostile planets or not. It is an important dignity of Tanu-Lak. For example, an Aries ascendant native has Mars, 3, as Tanu-Lak or inner house planet staying on Bandhu house, as debilitated in Cancer, which is not related to an ascendant. He has detriment Saturn, 7, conjunct in this house, Bandhu. Normally, if Saturn is detriment and not related to ascendant, he will not be thoughtful, even a hasty person. But in the case that Tanu-Lak or inner house planet is conjunct with Saturn, like this, he become overthoughtful, too distracted according to the dignity of detriment Saturn. Also, if in this case there is exalted Jupiter, 5, sitting there, the native will be very ethical and optimistic, and he would love to be close with seniors, priests or some masters according to Jupiter's 5 meaning. This position of Jupiter is not related to an ascendant, so it does not benefit this person. Even though he loves to be close with them, they will not give him any big favor. They just ask him to work for them. A Sagittarius ascendant native has Jupiter, 5, as Tanu-Lak or inner house planet existing in Libra house, backward sextile, as a dignity of Devi Yoga. He has Rahu, 8, as a pre-exalted planet conjunct with Jupiter. Rahu, 8, alone is more powerful than Jupiter. Since they are conjunct in the same sign, Tanu-Lak's habit becomes closer to Rahu, 8. He was rather a cheating person. His Libra house makes him loves to cheat for an easy gain. We should notice that a planet that aspect Tanu-Lak could also affect its dignity too. As the same as the case of conjunction, but the percentage will be less. For sextile and trine, it will be respectively less and less. Conclusively. Tanu-Lak or inner house planet is very important because it has to be considered for 3 steps to have a comprehensive and precise interpretation. Moreover, adding Tanu said, it will be clearer. This principle has been collected and researched. I think it is very important and accurate. So, I wrote it again and editing some incomplete section. I am always ready to correct it if there is more information or observation. For Tanu said and Tanu-Lak, they are crucial basics to remember. In this step, if you do not understand or getting confused, please pass it for now. When you reach the interpretation step, you will understand it better. If not, you could come back to study it again. Please stay tuned for the upcoming episodes.